Hey out there, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing out there? I'm here with you with the inspiration. Of course, he's here. And I'm the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And we want to talk to you today about self-esteem. So many people that try to sing and entertain and do certain different things, uh, when our peers and our local competitors listen to them and how they sound and how they look, they become judgmental. For instance, let's say that a kid has acne. They want to blow that up into something large. Or a girl has acne. Or maybe we're born with a little bit different features. Or disability. Or gaining weight. Or getting too thin. Whatever the reason may be. We are all God's children regardless of what we appear to be. And the thing about it is, everybody is a victim in some way, shape, or form. Because when we're growing up, depending on what kind of childhood we have, I found that it was in my childhood. As I became a young man, I found it again. I've seen prejudice and I've seen bullying and I've seen verbal abuse my whole life. I was always told since I was young, I can't do this, I can't do that. You'll never be able to do that. You'll never be able to do that, accomplish that, be that. After a while, you start to tell yourself, maybe I really can't do it, or maybe I really won't be what I want to be. And unfortunately, that's how it works. Um, it's really sickening, really. And the thing of it is, we're on this karaoke kind of club thing here, uh, and we're singing on it, and it's called Inspiration. What's it called?
Star Maker.
Star Maker. On that show, on that radio program, uh, we get online and we sing karaoke and we do different things on there. And the thing of it is, I've been doing it on there for a while. And what I've learned on there from so many different cultures and so many different diversities, it's just a wonderful experience, to be honest. Everyone is so helpful, everyone is so respectful. Um, it's just been amazing, really, just amazing. And, I want to give a shout out to a dear friend of mine. She's been my friend for over 45 years. And this is for you, Felita. I don't want to talk about uh, color. When I was a young man, uh, my family was very prejudiced. They preached to me and told me they didn't want me to. I think the battery's going dead.
No.
They didn't want me to mix, match with different races, especially the African Americans. And I hate to say it, but by the time they told it to me, I was already attached. And I honestly should have had my children, God bless their souls, with her. You know, she was the love of my life. And it's taken me this many years to come clean. And, you know, I love her to death. I don't know how to get it across to her. I think that, you know, when a person's been hurt to a certain extent, and I was very selfish, I was very to myself. I was always out doing things that didn't include her. And when I did include her, we had a blast. We never got drunk. We never did drugs. We never did anything like that. Everything that we did was very innocent. We laughed a lot. She came back and forth to my job sites, and she was just the talk of the town. I mean, everybody thought she was just a wonderful human being, and she is, and personality plus. And I'll tell you something, I see that personality in every one of her family members, and I see it in every one of her children. And her uncles, her dad when he was alive, her mom who is alive. I mean, everybody in the family has always been respectful and good, and I've never ever had a bad opinion about anybody in the family. They would do anything and give their shirt off their back for you. And that's just the kind of people that they are. But what I want to do tell you is, getting back to this situation with Felita, it's been all these years that we have missed the bus. And like I said, we should have already had a family and so on and so forth. But it's never too late to enjoy whatever time God gives us. When we have responsibilities with our family, obviously that takes up a lot of our time. But that's okay, because that's not a big deal. That's where, if you really care about somebody, you don't mind sacrificing your time with them, because you want them to be able to do what they need to do to take care of their loved ones and their family. And so that's how it works. And for me, I'm kind of to the age now where I don't mind. I don't get upset, and I'm not bent out of shape that I don't see her all the time. I haven't seen her in a couple years. You know, I miss her. I miss her so much I can't even put it in words. I would rather have her here with me, so that when I do take my final journey with Heavenly Father, I'm hoping that He'll take me first, because obviously she's stronger than me. She's better than me. She makes a lot more sense. She has a really, really vast degree of intelligence. She remembers everything in the Bible, verse by verse. There's not too many things she can't say that she couldn't keep a conversation going about it. She really, really loves the Lord. She respects the Lord and everything that He sacrificed for us. The fact that He gave us agency, freedom to choose, and that He doesn't require much from us. Well, that's a wonderful thing. You know, I'm really sold on commitment, personality, compassion, all the necessary things that make it happen. And for me, uh, I don't know how long God gives us. Obviously, nobody really knows that answer. I do know that He's coming for me soon, and I know that I don't want to go alone. I would like to have my spirit connected to uh, Felita, and I would like for her to be around for my final uh, time that the Lord gives me. And I would love to, share some responsibility with her and just have a normal relationship like anybody else. And if that ever happens, it'll be a blessing. And that's really all I can say. She's a really quiet person. She's not going to get on TV and she's not going to jump from the rooftop. But if you know her, then you know how she feels, and I know her. And I know her feelings and how deep they go for human beings. She's a humanitarian for real. She would help anybody at any time as long as they were respectful and honest. That's just who she is. And I want to talk about the diversity of others, like I was saying earlier. People who want to try and sing and they want to enjoy their life and they want to have fun, but they're not allowed to because when they try to, then they get talked down to or they get some type of outrageous comment that insults them or someone says something that's out of pocket. And, it's very hurtful. It's very hard on your self-esteem. It's very hard on everything. And I want to say also that I have learned so much from others, whereas I've never really looked into others as far as exploring what they're about and what type of talent they have and what kind of information they bring to the table and what kind of intelligence that they have manufactured. And I'm just so naive when it comes to that stuff, and a lot of that's because of my medical. It's really gone to pot, and it's been one thing after the other, and now I'm looking at terminal illness on many levels. I know that God is calling me up and it's going to be soon. But in the meantime, I would like to know that when I'm gone, the diversity amongst people can become better. I used to have a very violent temper, out of control type of violence. I didn't lead by example my whole life. And all the changes that I have made in the last 20 years are a real tribute to people like Felita who have taught me how important it is to have family, how important it is to have a significant other in your life, a girlfriend, so to speak. I haven't really had that. I mean, I've always loved her, and I haven't really had a chance to make light of that subject, but I've always loved her, and it's always on my mind. And I would like to, at some point, I would love to shout it from the rooftops, and I would love to be happy like other people. I would love to experience a true relationship with her, and I would love to share so many things, from our young age to now. And I just love her to death. I don't know what else to say. But I also want to talk about uh, Star Maker, which is the program that we sing on. Star Maker is really quite a deal. The only thing that I would like to see better on Star Maker is I would like to see it like The Voice. And let's say that somebody asks you to join them in a song of a duet or whatever. I would like for that duet to be completely, you know, no communication or visual until the song is done, uh, looked over, thought about, and then some type of an email contact or something. But I think that when we see people physically, which you do on these type of apps and programs, when you're seeing people leaving them messages and collecting messages, you start to form an opinion. Pretty immediate, actually, based on the look usually. And then that follows with the talent and so on, depending on how you get to know them. Otherwise, sometimes you learn about their families and their intelligence level and, what their thoughts are. You get to know them, firsthand. And then you get some that you never do know. That happens quite frequently too. Or you get some who there's a scammer in all things. And you get scammers who want to get on there and talk to you and, be real seductive and tell you that they want to be your best friend or boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. And then they build their profile on there. And that profile says that they are a female and so on and so forth. And then when you get to know that person, the way that it turns out is they're not really even a female, they're a male. But they're portraying that they're a female so they can get the attention and the enjoyment of the star maker uh, and take advantage of people. So you have to be careful. I've been on many, many sites. I've been on all the different dating sites at some point in my life. All of them were bust. All I ever got was people from other countries trying to scam me out of money, scam me out of gift cards, just always some type of a scam. Want to come live with you for free. Want you to be their sponsor on something. Want you to help them. They've lost everything in their life and they have no way to recoup. So if you would help them get started, they would be so appreciated. Different things. I'm sympathetic to people and problems, but I have a limit like anybody else. I think that the most beautiful women in the world, next to Felita, are Asian. And I've always felt that way. When I met Felita, she made me forget about Asians. And that's saying something, let me tell you. And now, after all these years, I still have Felita at the top. And God willing, I hope that we're able to figure something out. Otherwise, I think in 2021, I'm going to have to go a different route because I don't want to die alone, nor do I want to be alone. I've been alone since 2002. I don't want to be alone anymore. It is what it is. If the Lord takes me up based on all these different medical issues, then so be it. I'll have to go up and work my real job, huh? But one thing's for sure, going to a better place with the perfect creator. There couldn't be anything better. So I pray that I get into heaven. But that's definitely where I want to be. And I also want to talk a little bit about money managers. You know, so many people spend a vast amount of money on things that don't even matter. And when it comes time to, handle their responsibility, they don't have enough money. Or they're working more than one job. Or they're selling things, or, just so many different things. Like me, for instance, I've had a lot of different money in my hands for years. But did I bank it all? No, I didn't. I made so many mistakes. And I'm not a perfect human being. Not by a stretch at all. But here's the thing about me. I believe everybody does something for a reason. I don't believe that it's random. I do believe that we are sometimes lost in ourselves. And sometimes we strike out in a weird way. And then there are times when we just make bad choices. Life's about choices. Some good, some bad, some indifferent. Every situation in life has a good, better, and best choice. We just have to properly qualify the situation so that we can actually put it with the right choice. I'm an animal lover. I love dogs. I love different types of animals. And it really bothers me when I see people abusing their animals, not feeding them right, not treating them right. They're no different than a human being. You leave them in the car for hours. You don't roll the windows down. They don't have any water. They don't have any food. Just so many different things. So I really would like to see all those things change at some point. Life's too short, way too short, to not do the right things and to clear up all your unfinished business. As for me, I would love to pursue something in my life that has purpose and that has meaning. And it's hard to do because as we get up there in age, It's not as easy to get hired. It's not as easy to impress a boss. And we're not physical as we once were, so we don't have as many options when it comes to employment. So there's just so many things there. But what I also want to tell you is we can do anything in this life that we want to do. I'm not saying it'll be easy, and I'm not saying that it's going to be a hands down, uh, no investment, no nothing. I mean, I don't know what it's going to take, but what I do know is there's opportunity. And I do know that we are resourceful people. And this day and age, we're much, much smarter than we should be in some areas. Look at our kids. I mean, their intelligence level has just went right up the chain and off the roof there. And our grandkids, same way. I've got grandchildren that know more about computers and things like that than I ever will. And they're not even 10 years old yet. So uh, it takes all different uh, pieces of the puzzle to put the puzzle together, the puzzle of life. And I want to say that, we're all American people. It didn't matter who got presidency. I would have liked to seen Trump get in there because I feel like he's more of a financial genius uh, than President-elect Biden. And I also think that Donald cares about people. Not that Mr. Biden don't, but I think that Donald has a lot more experience with family. I don't think Joe is as close to his family as he once had said. And I think since the wife had passed, that I think he kind of got away from that family mentality. I just don't see it. But I'm not God, and I'm not going to judge. I'm just giving my opinion. And I think that whoever, it looks like right now it is going to be elect Biden, he will be, so it looks like the next president. And I just like to say that we need to support him in any way we can. I hope he takes care of us veterans. We've definitely taken care of the American people. And I would also like to say that, all this COVID stuff is really frustrating and complicated and difficult. And social media doesn't help when there's a different story on every channel. So I guess what we have to do is just like Heavenly Father says, when the load is too heavy, put it in my hands. So that's what I do. I transfer my load to Heavenly Father and I let him work it out. And I suggest that others do the same. I don't see how you could go wrong doing that. Also, we have a little show on YouTube. That's The Truth. No space. Real time. How's it go? Inspiration. Inspiration. How does it go?
Oh my.
Jesus. You're a disgrace.
Oh no. That was recorded.
How does it go? The website.
The truth.
Talk to the screen. Tell the people.
It's the truth, real time, all time. That's it.
Oh, they really got that.
Yes, that's it.
Try it again and slow it down.
The truth, real time, on time.
You have to forgive the inspiration. He just was in a wrestling tournament today, and he's just wore out, and he wants everybody to suffer because of it. Nonetheless, I want to thank everybody for giving us a few moments of your time. And I would also like to say, if you have any suggestions, please feel free to leave us a text message to the truth. 515-865-2798. We really, really love your input. Tell us what you think. Also, we would like you to give us suggestions of things that you think are more interesting to talk about week by week. We try to bring up things, current events, etc. But that doesn't tell us what's in the heart of all of our fans. We would love to know what you're thinking about, things that you need answers to, etc. So I want to say, we'll say goodbye for now. But remember, we are the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Myself, I am the truth. My assistant here is the inspiration. He's a lot more on top of the youth movement. You know, he's a teenager. For me, I'm a retired older fella. And we really have interest in people and the way they're treated. And there's so much bad treatment out here. You know, people with disabilities are just treated worse than you could imagine. Not everywhere, of course, but there is a big, big percentage of abuse out here. We have a lot of problems in this country. You know, people talking about the Black Lives Matter movement. Let me tell you something. Those people have suffered for 400 years, at least. And I think that they've kept quiet for a long time. I don't think that burning and looting and tearing things up is going to help. But what I do think is that they need advocates for their part, legal minds that can go in and try to help them acquire things that they want to accomplish. I think that they do deserve it. I don't think they're the only ones. I think we have a lot of people that's come across the border that we don't treat as well as we should. We have a lot of families that got separated, kids that aren't with their parents, husbands that aren't with their wives. I think we have a terrible, terrible relationship with other countries. I think it's terrible that we can't, if we feel like we love somebody, be able to marry them and bring them home. The process is a way, way different than that. I also think that we should be able to marry anyone that we want to, regardless of color, creed, nationality. It doesn't matter. You know, I want to be with Felita. If I want her to be here, I shouldn't have to tell or ask or do any type of qualification process to do it. You know, people should just accept us for what we are and who we are. And that's vice versa. We need to accept others for who they are. So we all need to get along. And if you know anything about Chris Renee, he's a singer. He does a lot of rapping. And he's got a song. And it's called Homie. And it's very, very descriptive about a lot of these problems that we're facing in life. Addictions, uh, criminals going to prison, leaving women pregnant and at home and alone. You know, so many things that's happened. Brothers, sisters, so many things. But please contact us at your convenience.
What y'all doing in here?
515-865-2798. Thank you.
What y'all doing in here?